I'm Sara Whyman.
And I'm Phil Whyman.
Between us, we have investigated countless locations in our search for proof of the paranormal.
We are invited to question the unexplained, to uncover what may be lurking in the shadows. With many reported hauntings throughout the UK, no two investigations are the same. Now, together with a team of experienced investigators, we continue to seek evidence to prove whether a haunting can be validated or not.
From a selection of cases we each receive, we will come together to pick the most interesting and ask the question:
Are you haunted?
So my venue is a 16th century baronial hall. It's got sightings of a monk, it's got an angry man, and the interior is fantastic. I'm quietly confident with this one.
I'm bringing a 17th century mill to the table. There are various reports of ghosts, including a Victorian lady and a well-dressed gentleman. Also, numerous children, including that of a boy who was killed here at the mill when his arm was trapped in a machine.
I'm bringing a haunted farmhouse to the table. It is over 400 years old. The occupants who have been there for the last 5 years have experienced poltergeist activity, an old man on the stairs, and unexplained footsteps in the upper rooms.
Okay guys, here we are again. This is a momentous occasion. This is choosing the first venue for Series 2 or Season 2
Exciting.
of Are You Haunted? Episode 1. Now, as you know, we have a haunted mill on offer, a haunted farmhouse, and a haunted old hall. So, who wants to do what? Jane?
No competition. Old hall, please.
Old hall, that's one for the old hall. Tim?
Mill.
You want to do the mill?
Oh yes, the old mill.
Okay. One for the mill. Sarah?
It has been quite a tough choice. 3 good venues, but I am going to opt for the old hall.
The old hall, 2 for the old hall. It's in the lead. Poor old haunted farmhouse. Ben?
Hello.
Hang on. Ben?
Hello.
Hello.
Old hall, please.
My, you've got lovely eyes. So Ben's going for the old hall. So that's 3 for the old hall, 1 for the haunted mill, zilch for the farmhouse. Dale?
I'm going to go for the mill.
You're going to go for the mill?
Yes. I've got the mill. I'm going to stick with the mill.
Fair enough. 3, 2, 0. It's all down to me then.
Just chuck that.
So that's by farmhouse.
Girl in my head.
Now I could draw this if I choose the haunted mill, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go for the haunted old hall. So the winner is, by the majority, the haunted old hall. Who bought the haunted old hall?
Me.
It's Jane, ladies and gentlemen. Jane has the first dibs on episode 1 of Are You Haunted? Season 2. Looks like we're off to Wales. To the old hall.
Jane's venue sees the team heading to Wales to investigate Penrhyn Old Hall, a place steeped in history, as owner Guy Marsh tells us.
My name is Guy Marsh. I'm the owner of Penrhyn Old Hall. I've been here 58 years now. I was born in Llanfairfechan and I moved here when I was 9. There's been a house on this spot since about the 8th century, which was a wooden hall in those days, and there's nothing left of that original house. This wing was built in the 12th century, which is the old baronial hall, and upstairs there's, with the first floor, is the frescoes, which are very rare to this part of the country and are well preserved because it's protected by obviously Cadw and the equivalent of ancient monuments.
A priest has long been associated with Penrhyn Old Hall, but as Guy tells us, he met a rather grisly end.
Upstairs on the first floor we've got frescoes and the walls are made of wattle and daub, which is made of wooden sticks which are interwoven to make walls. These are very rare to this part of the country. The most famous family that lived in Penrhyn Old Hall were the Pews of Penrhyn. They actually built an extension to this part of the house, which was built in 1422, and they were ardent Catholics. And in those days they were being persecuted by the Protestants because you weren't allowed to preach the Catholic religion. They had a priest called William Davis used to stay here, and he translated the Catholic Bible from Latin into Welsh, and he was captured and brought back to Beaumaris, and he was hung, drawn and quartered in Beaumaris in 1593, and not a very nice way to go.
With a reputation as being a haunted building, we asked Guy to tell us about an early ghostly encounter.
When we first moved here in the early 60s, my sister used to come through here and talk to a chap he was in like a cloak, like a monk, and we all thought she was a bit daft, but she described this man, which I thought was a bit strange in those days. But over the years, we've had things that we can't explain. It's very interesting and intriguing sometimes.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another paranormal investigation with the Are You Haunted team, us lot. Today we are joined by our special guest investigator, Mr. Wayne Dean.
Hey.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. And as you probably see, those of you at home who watch the series regularly, Tim is not with us today. He's under the weather. He's got a bit of sciatica, bless him. Okay. So we'll see you on the next one, Tim. Right, now, we are in North Wales. We are in a very old building.
Very old.
We are in Penrhyn Old Hall, which is Jane's venue. So, for everybody at home and all of us here, here is Jane with the rundown on Penrhyn Old Hall.
Well, here we go. So we've spoken to Guy already and he's gone over a lot of the history. So what I'm going to just tell you about is the paranormal side of things, if that's okay.
Yeah, cool.
There's quite a few reported hauntings or sightings in the hall, and this area, the Baronial Hall, is the most active. This and the room above. We have in the room above, which I just want to say to everybody has never ever been investigated and will never be investigated again. It's a privilege to have been allowed to be in there.
Yes, I would just personally like to say thank you to Guy, who has given us permission to do that.
Yeah,
so thank you very
Guy.
much.
Thank you. And up there, apparently, is a monk. He's in the room upstairs and along the passageway. And you probably all noticed earlier that there is a carving in one of the beams of the monk up there.
So I'm assuming there's a reason for the carving in the beam in the first place of the monk.
Yeah, after the monk passed away, they carved it in commemoration of him. So it's just for everyone to see up there as they go up.
As a reminder.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Guy mentioned the Pugh family, and one of the Pugh family does haunt through there. On the old staircase, it's one of the Pugh daughters, and her sister's actually killed her for marrying outside the Catholic religion.
Is that the staircase up to the room?
Yes.
Right, okay.
So the one that goes up to Minstrel's Gallery that's now gone.
Yeah.
There's a bad-tempered young man who apparently is at the seating area at the back of the baronial hall. He's around that area. Hence, we've got a camera down that end, see if we can pick any of that up.
Got a bit of competition, kiddo.
Another spirit behind us is an old soldier.
I was just going to say, I'm sure I'd seen something or heard something about a soldier.
Apparently he's not very happy that he couldn't go to war.
Yes, yeah.
So obviously we've got a camera to cover the two supposed spirits in that area. Now moving into the Tudor bar, that fantastic fireplace in there, there's a lady, spirits, seen sat at the side of the fireplace, and if you notice there's a tiny little staircase at the side of there, and she's often seen to get up and walk up the staircase as well.
Oh, okay.
And then an area further back, the next room along after the bar, is a restaurant, and there's a mischievous boy in there who sprinkles salt on the tables and moves the chairs. So there's absolutely lots to go at, and apparently the whole building has a feeling of you being watched. So every area's got something going on, so hopefully we'll catch something.
It has got quite a thick atmosphere in here, actually, hasn't it? Especially in the back bits.
I thought that, when you go through there, it does feel a little bit like you've just said, like some eyes are on you, watching you when you walk through in there.
And that fireplace just looks amazing.
It's brilliant. It's a brilliant place, really.
Fantastic.
So, with that all being said, it's going to be an interesting evening. I think it's now time to turn out the lights.
Okay, we're all ready to go?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Ready to go.
Right, so first time, Wayne, how are you feeling? How are you feeling, Wayne? How are you feeling?
Excited. Very excited.
Very excited. What do you like? What do you think to the place?
Yeah, one of the best places I've ever been.
Okay, so you're going on your first vigil with Phil?
Yes.
Where are you going?
We are going towards the back end of the baronial hall, I believe.
Okay.
So we're going to see what happens there.
Very dark down there.
Very dark.
Okay.
We'll be watching you. Don't worry. We can see you.
So I've got, for a change, got Jane and Ben manning the hub.
Dream team.
Yeah.
And Dale,
Yes.
we are going upstairs. So we are going to be the first ever people to go up
First
there.
ever and last ever.
Yes. Let's do it.
Wow.
See you later, guys.
Right, so we're off to the flat upstairs. So, up into the flat comes Sarah.
This is so nice.
It's such a phenomenal building. The doorway itself, just the doorway into the flat, is something on its own. There is no level floor or level wall.
Ready? Ready. Turn off the light.
Right, okay, so let's go and sit in this area here. Okay, we are in the back area of the baronial hall. It's actually an area where they used to do discos and psycho dance floor. So we are here. There is Wayne. So we'll see what happens.
There isn't there, so it's crazy interesting. It's like a squeaky noise.
Yeah, was it you moving forward, age yet? No.
No.
That was just in front of us, wasn't it?
I heard it, but I couldn't tell where it was coming from.
It seemed like it came from one of these seats over here.
It's because I was speaking, it makes it difficult, doesn't it? There isn't there, so it's crazy interesting. There isn't there, so it's crazy interesting.
Weird. Can't see anything.
Again there.
Yeah.
Again there.
Yeah.
Again there.
Yeah.
And your mum and Dale are sat still.
Yeah.
Okay, Wayne and myself are now in the back end of the baronial hall. There's a dance floor in front of us and a load of chairs, which is used as a storage area at the moment, behind us. Now, apparently there is the spirit of an angry man supposedly seen in this area, so we're going to see if we can make our acquaintance with him. Okay, if there's anyone here with us in this area of the hall, can you make a noise for us? Try and show yourself. What was that? What did you hear?
Either like a tap or maybe movement.
I thought it sounded more like a movement.
Yeah.
Coming from over there.
Definitely from the dance floor area.
Is there anybody down there?
Can you make that sound again?
First vigil of the night. Myself and Sara, over there, are up in the flat at the first floor of Penryn Old Hall. An absolute fantastic location, and has been said before, we're the first people to ever investigate up here, and us as a team will be the last people to investigate up here in this flat. So we are extremely privileged, which makes it so special, and let's just hope something happens.
Oh God.
What?
You then maybe jump. Was that you?
No.
They weren't moving. Was that you?
No.
Was that you?
No.
They weren't moving.
Where was it coming from?
Towards you. From me. Back in between.
Right.
It sounded like someone stamping like the foot.
I also understand there's a soldier here. Can you recognise me?
What was that bang?
Yeah. Can you recognise me? They're not moving.
Dale's not. I can't see him home. No, they're still in the same spot.
Alright?
They're in the same spot.
As I'm sat, you can you see on this camera here, this long object is actually off a sawfish. Not a swordfish, a sawfish. That is actually real. And it's very sharp. And it's quite amazing, really.
What was that then going across the bottom? Did you see it?
No. Well, it's an insect.
It may be, but it was. It was here. It went across there.
Very interesting place so far. It's been quite a lot of weird sounds that I've heard. Obviously, we've had a couple of people upstairs moving around, but as I've been looking at the cameras, I can see when they're moving around, and I've heard a few noises coming from what seems to be upstairs. So I'm guessing, well, it seemed to be them, so I don't know where that's came from. And I've also heard a few noises coming from down the other end of the room as well, so...
Are you two picking anything up down the bottom of the baronial hall?
We've heard a noise from what would have been the dance floor area. Other than that, all quiet.
Someone's coughing aggressively. Ask if that's Dale, ask if that's Dale.
Is anybody coughing?
No coughing from here.
Not us.
Other than that, all quiet.
think... someone just walked over my grave.
You alright?
Just had a real cold shiver.
Just move your camera a little bit that way and then you can tell us.
Just had a real cold feeling go down me. Absolutely freezing.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not too bad, but then you're stood there in a t-shirt and I've got...
Yeah, I've been chilly all night, but that was a really big shudder.
Yeah.
But I was saying earlier, when you were down there and I was just sat at the table, it felt there was someone at this end of the room watching.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I couldn't see anything because it's so dark.
Yeah.
But I said it wasn't an oppressive feeling, but it wasn't positive either, if you know what I mean. It was just a neutral kind of feeling, but it felt like someone was here with me, watching me.
Yeah. I keep hearing something, and I've not said it until now, but I bet that's about 3 or 4 times that I've heard it, and I've just heard it again, and it sounds like if you just listen.
Right, okay.
Like a shuffle.
I'm sorry, I've just seen, out of the corner of my eye, it might be my own eye, I saw a shadow behind me. Okay. It might have just been my own eye, because I wasn't looking at the camera at the time. God. Yeah. No, I don't like this. I've just been up in the living quarters, which we have had exclusive access to, and I've had a real uneasy feeling come over me, as though someone was stood in the corner looking at me, a shadow. I couldn't see a shadow, I felt really uneasy. And also, a bit later on in the same place, I saw what I thought was a shadow.
That did not sound like it came from upstairs. Did it?
No.
That was down the end of the hallway, that was like 5 footsteps. Daddy. That did not sound like it came from upstairs. Did it?
No.
That was down the end of the hallway, that was like 5 footsteps. I swear I just saw something right there. Literally right there. I swear I saw literally just saw a figure just stood here.
Really?
For like a millisecond, yeah. Like, I literally looked at it, kind of like half glance, and it looked like a person was just stood here.
What time was it? 22:40?
Yeah. When I looked at one of the cameras, I feel like I saw something, but I'm not entirely certain on that. I didn't get a good look at it, but who knows.
I've been on the hub cam with Ben. Had quite a lot already, really loud coughing and some really definite footsteps. I'm really looking forward to the rest of the night, actually.
Can you keep hearing that noise? Yeah, there's something making a noise down there. Are you walking around? Can you walk towards us? Where's my torch? The noise that keeps coming from down here somewhere. So for the soldier here who wasn't permitted to go to war and you're angry about, can you come and let us know you're here? Is that your stomach? Is that your stomach?
Don't believe so. What did you eat?
It's so weird. I thought it was like.
I didn't hear nothing apart from this end.
Did you not hear that either?
No. I didn't hear nothing apart from this end. I didn't hear nothing apart from this end.
That sounded like a grunt.
You must do more your way then, because you didn't get nothing down here.
First off, when I asked you, I thought it was like I heard
chuckle or something.
Okay.
And then I just heard something that kind of went, like that.
Individual one, quite an interesting one with Wayne and myself in the, I think it's the old banqueting hall. And I was asking out and I heard what sounded like to me something saying yes. And then there was kind of like a noise as well, which is a bit strange. Wayne didn't actually hear it at the time.
Phil heard some, like a grunt and a knock also. Myself didn't quite get it, but really looking forward to visual 2.
So guys, just before I run away, first time on the team tonight, how are you finding it?
I'm having a fantastic time.
Wonderful.
Absolutely fantastic time.
Sarah?
Kicked in
Has it been okay?
2 times.
So you guys are going on the hub?
Yeah.
Yes, we'll be watching you.
So keep an eye out.
We'll be watching you.
Yeah, but listen.
What's that doing? It's on now. Night vision on.
Jesus, your camera.
Yeah.
I saw your camera, you can't I was like, third person there. I was like, what the hell's happening? I just saw his thing moving across.
Turn that so I can put your camera light on.
It's on
night
that
vision.
window.
There we go. Ben and myself have come upstairs to the flat area, which we've been given exclusive access to by special permission. And we're going to see if we can get anything happening up here. Apparently there's a monk been seen to wander through here. So we'll see if he makes an appearance.
And just to confirm, Jane, this is the part of the building that's 12th century?
That's right.
Okay. You have the original fireplace there. And what you've also got, it's quite hard to see. Let me see if I can get the proper torch on. You've got a staircase that leads to nowhere. Beautifully modelled by the lovely Jane. And there are numerous reports that is it a little girl?
Yeah, it's a little girl.
That hangs around on them stairs. So hopefully she'll come through tonight.
What was that? Oh my god, that scared Jesus out of me. What was that? Oh my god, that scared Jesus out of me. What was that? Oh my god, that scared Jesus out of me.
What?
I don't know what that was.
What was it?
It sounded like something just moved right next to me. I heard something just move here on this. It sounded like something just moved behind the curtain or something.
Behind the curtain?
Kind of, yeah, like right next to me. Or I was like, don't know what that was. It sounded like something scurried, if anything.
Scurried?
Yeah, like moved along quite quickly.
Yeah, I know what scurry means.
Yeah, but you know. Well, you said it like, what's scurry mean? He said it came from literally right next to me. I was not expecting that at all.
Do you think your camera would have picked it up?
I hope so, because that was fairly loud in my ear.
Mm.
Sitting on chairs.
Mm?
In the sitting on chairs.
Mm. Go and sit on that chair.
Where's that?
Down the bottom there to the right. Take a torch and you can see. Where
Whereabouts is it the soldier is? Is he in the dance floor bit as well?
Yeah.
Is there a spirit of a soldier here? Can you come and talk to us? Is that you?
No, I come from the dance floor.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that you? Is that you? Was that you making that noise?
So you say it's the spirit of a grumpy man?
Down the stairs,
here.
Yeah.
Specifically down here? As in this little bit, or this whole area?
The seating area.
The seating area, right, okay.
But I don't know if it's been described as that, if it's been physically seen as that. Some of the alleged hauntings here are physical things that people have seen, like the monk,
right.
like the old lady, possibly the little girl.
Yeah.
But the others, I'm not sure if it's just what people have picked up on. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Is there anybody here connected to the monk? Or the old lady, or the soldier? Or the little girl that have been seen here? What was that?
Door?
That was the door, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Here. Can you see anything?
That wasn't this door, was it?
No. I don't think so.
Not the one in our room, I mean the bottom of the stairs, was it?
Yeah, it was the bottom of the stairs. What happened to you? Because 1 minute Ben was just doing his normal vigil, and the next minute he freaked out. What happened?
Well, I was looking over at you, sat to this little table, and to the side of me there was just some shelves with some knickknacks, and I think there was some horses, but that's about it. And I look over at you and I hear something moving, and of course I didn't see anything, but I heard something move, and I just turned and freaked out like a normal person would.
Well, let's hope that's on camera. And the door. We had a door slam, and I'm not sure where it came from, but it sounded like it came from the door as you need to open to come up into the stairs and into the flat area, but there's nobody down there.
If you are calling out to us, we can't hear you. If you move something or tap on something, you show me where you are and I'll come to you. You can tell me about it. Show me where you are.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard like footsteps.
It was like a footstep, and then it
Where did you think that
hang on,
came
just
from?
shh. That was weird. Sorry.
No.
To my right, you know where those doors are, where Jane and Dale have gone through?
Yeah.
It sounded like that door was opening, but I can see them both sat down in the other end, and then it
Definitely a footstep.
yeah.
I don't know what the second one was, but the first one was a footstep.
It sounded like noises that were just coming from all around us, but a couple that were quite loud were coming down from, you know where that dance
lower
floor?
dance floor.
Lower
Yeah.
dance floor.
Yeah.
And then, did you say, I sent Wayne off into this little dark bit.
Thank you for that.
It's alright. And you said it sounded like somebody were coming to sit with you.
Yeah, it's like that backrest, and it just, you know, like when the creaky wood, when someone were to sit down and it was to settle, it actually sounded like someone had just sat down in front of me.
Down with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other thing, which is really strange, is the doorway that goes into the baronial hall, which was to our right as we're sat on the hub. And Jane and Dale were in there, and when they went in there, they closed that door. And as we were talking, I said, in fact, I even came across on the radio, and I said, I can hear that. It sounds like that door's opening. Didn't really think anything of it, but just carried on. And then when Jane and Dale have come back to the hub tonight, they can see the door has actually opened. So that's pretty cool as well, isn't it?
Did you hear that? Shh. That was down there. It sounded like something. What the fuck? What's up?
Something just from here.
Really?
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Just there.
There's nothing there, Jane.
It's like,
Oh, right. Yeah, there's nothing there.
oh, I've got really bad goosebumps now.
Yeah, me.
That was that door.
Yeah. The door's opened. The door's opened.
It has, hasn't it?
The Baronial Hall, Vigil 2.
Yep.
We've both just heard loads of stuff. Me more so. You didn't hear much, did you?
No, I missed a lot of it this time.
One thing, a breath, right next to your face.
That's all I needed.
How you didn't hear it, Jane?
I don't know.
As
I don't know.
clear
We'll have
as
to
day.
see if it comes up on the camera.
I heard lots of noises from the dance floor
Yeah,
at the far end of
yeah.
the room, and a shuffling sound, a really quite distinct, almost a drag on the floor.
Still doesn't beat what I got. I had something, as if something had gone like that in my head. Quite scary.
Yeah.
So, you two, first thing I want to ask you is, did either of you two open those doors?
No.
No, we didn't move. I'm sat at the hub, and the only time I've moved is literally right at the last minute. But I said to Wayne, because you can see on the CCTV that chair that's just round that corner.
Right, yeah.
I said, go and sit round there, and see how you feel sitting there. But I said, I radioed through to you and said, I can hear this door trying to open.
Yeah. We could hear the door as well, but when we went through there initially, I watched Dale close it, and it's not on it can't swing or
Did you
anything
hear
like
that?
that. Yeah, I just heard that as well then.
Just keep talking.
No, I was scratching my head. So I couldn't hear anything apart from my head scratching.
There was a noise through there.
Yeah, there was.
And what's interesting is you both heard the door.
We heard
referred
creaks
to the door,
of the door.
creaks into the door, didn't you?
Well, when we come back through then, it was open a good 6 inch.
Which door are we talking about?
This double door here.
Double door.
When
What was
if you just come with me, Phil,
heard that
you're on
as
night
well.
vision.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, the voice. I heard that.
When I went through, I closed the door
Nobody's
to
recording
there.
Did you not hear that?
Nobody's recording that.
That was so loud.
What was that?
That was a voice.
Did you not hear it?
No.
Did you not hear that? Then we were just here.
Where?
And
Where
it was
from?
there,
Just here.
literally.
Just here.
What kind of voice?
A woman. It sounded
was a
like a
woman's
woman's
voice,
voice.
Say,
It was quite, again, yeah.
really?
Yes. I can't believe that you didn't hear it.
No, because we were going out to look at the door.
Yeah, we were going through that door.
That was like, it was really just behind us.
The hell?
What did it do?
Yeah.
Did you hear it, Ben?
Yeah, Ben heard it as well.
What did it
It
do?
was just like,
Yeah, like a. Yeah.
sort of like a. It was like
What did you hear?
speaking, but
Just kind of like a word, like a little hum or something.
And you heard that?
Absolutely.
I heard
Clear
it.
as day.
To
Clear
me,
as
it
day.
sounded like somebody saying something, but I couldn't determine what.
From that
it was.
area?
Like two
Did you hear it, Jake?
Yeah.
Only like a
Because I said,
two-tone thing.
I thought you'd turn around and come back and film, but you went to the door, about the door, so you obviously didn't hear it, but
No.
we all looked at each
Absolutely,
other.
yeah.
So you four heard it, you didn't hear it, did you?
Clear as a day.
That was weird.
and it fits into what...
This unexplained voice totally caught us all by surprise. Listen again as I make some tweaks to the EQ to make it clearer for you to hear.
It was open a good 6 inch.
Which door we're talking about?
This double door here. When... If you just come with me, Phil, you're on night vision. This double door here. When... If you just come with me, Phil, you're on night vision.
Yeah, the voice. I heard that.
When I went through...
Jane, Dale and myself check out the other side of the bar, in the baronial hall, after hearing the voice. Are you making noises?
I'm hoping it was Phil.
That sounded like more like a female noise.
That kind of thing. Yeah, I heard that. I'm hoping it was Phil.
Did you hear it?
I heard it, yeah. I didn't know if it's coming.
No.
I have. Do you want to grab it? Sarah.
Sarah, shout Phil, did he make that noise?
Phil, did you just make a noise? Hello?
No, we didn't.
Well, we all heard that, didn't we?
Yeah.
I'm hoping it was Phil.
So the weirdest thing has just happened. So we're just literally going for a break, and we've come back. Well, you guys came back to the hub, and we'd heard the door opening. So we were talking about the door between the hub and the baronial hall opening, and I heard a woman's voice behind the bar.
Yeah, clear as day. Two-tone.
I think we all heard it.
I didn't hear it because
you not?
No, because I was just about to go with you to film the door because the door just opened.
Yeah.
And we literally just started walking off.
But I was stood right next to the bar. You were
at the door.
It was so loud.
Yeah.
It just sounded to me like somebody went,
Yeah, definitely, totally.
Something like that. And
Yeah.
I hope that the cameras have picked it up. Right, okay, we're going through here a bit, me and Ben.
Make sure you close the door.
I am going to film us closing the door.
It just springs to that point.
It's, yeah.
It's fine.
And then if I'm pulling it. Okay. Right.
I think that's pretty much sure.
So this is the first time that both of us have been in here.
Yep.
It's very dark in here. We know that there's noises been coming from in here, and we know that the door has been opening between this room and the hub area, which is that door there.
Yep. Woman's voice, or whatever voice there.
It sounded female, didn't it?
It was just over that bar. Unbelievable.
What? A weird noise. Weird crack or not, was it? No.
Huh? What, on your own?
Come on.
I'm not far, I'm only here.
Who's got signs yet next to me?
You what?
Who makes you signs?
Just speak to the CCTV camera.
What? What? What the fuck's that? What the fuck's that? What was that?
Wind.
That's never wind.
So where we were stood, so it was coming from our right, which was the bar, so you would, if you were to take a stab at it, you would say it would for me, it would a female.
It would definitely female.
Two-tone female behind the bar.
I would tend to agree with you.
Is this true? If it's true, can you just knock or make a sound? If you have been trying to talk to us, we can't hear you. Is it frustrating for you?
I know this is going to sound really strange.
Yeah.
But this chair just felt like it shook slightly.
Okay. Have you sat down with Jane?
That was really bizarre. It was only very gentle. It was only like side to side a little bit.
Can you open the double doors? Yes. No. Can you? Oh, you move. Did I hear it? No?
My eyes are playing tricks with me.
You do when you sit in dark after a while, don't you?
I'm looking through the doorway over there.
To the minstrel's gallery.
Yeah. And it feels like someone's, you know, like when someone were to be walking past but have a quick look in.
Yeah.
To think, I'm going to go in but I'm not.
Oh.
And then the more I look at it, it's like, I can't describe it, as like a cushion on the floor, but it's white. I can see it as white, and it's like something blocks that white. As something would be stood there or walking about.
Okay.
But that's the only way I can describe it to you. It's like someone walking past.
Just having a quick look.
Yeah, wanting to come in but thinking, no, what look? I'll make another pass.
That's a no.
Shut up.
Whoa.
Doors open. Oh.
Just watch that open my own eyes.
Okay. Okay. The
Oh,
door.
it's still open.
The door just opened. And the good thing is that we had the CCTV on it.
Yeah. That mean the top of that handle had to turn as well?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Whoa. The door's opened. Whoa. The door's opened.
Is everybody there?
No.
How much did it open?
Fucking hell. So, 6 inches.
So there we go. That was Penryn Old Hall. Jane, it was your venue.
It was.
So
Fantastic.
now we've all got to make a decision whether or not we think that it was haunted or not. So based on the night, based on what you've seen on the footage, do we think it's haunted?
Haunted, 100%.
Oh, okay. Straight in there.
Yeah, well, so much happens.
sure, Ben?
Yes, very. So much happened. There's so many noises. There's the voice that's always been heard by
Yeah.
all of us.
Mhm.
There's been
Which
that-
we got on camera.
Ooh. We also got the rumbling sound. Don't know what that is.
No.
So many different noises. How can you not say it is?
Okay, so Ben's opinion, haunted. So Jane, your venue?
I'm not going to argue with that. Fantastic place. In my book, yeah, haunted.
Yeah, okay. So Wayne, it was your first outing with Are You Haunted team. Did you enjoy it?
Absolutely fantastic venue.
Yeah.
And definitely haunted. Just on the voice alone, two-tone voice.
That got to you, didn't it?
It did, yeah. That will stick with me for a while, that.
Oh, good.
Definitely.
Good. Dale?
Yeah, there's so many unexplained noises. It's not just noises, unexplained. We can't explain them still to this day. So many experiences. Yeah, undoubtedly, it's haunted.
Okay. Mr. Phil?
Yes. Sat here being quiet.
I know you've not said a word yet. What do you think? Because let's face it, you're the skeptic.
Yeah. First, I want to say many thanks for letting us investigate the place and the exclusive access to the flat upstairs. Very privileged to do that, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
On the whole, I have to say that I believe that it is haunted. Like you guys have already said, there were so many things going off. That voice in particular, which we've captured on camera, is so clear and distinct. And the fact that you, as soon as it happened, you went, "What was that?"
Yeah.
It's so indisputable.
Yeah. And
it was so clear.
It was. And the other voice in the baronial hall, when you were again asking out, just after the first voice that we heard, weird noises, and the footsteps that Ben and Jane had, and the experiences that Wayne had.
Loads, wasn't there?
It was just absolutely
the door going.
Loads gone off. The door going. So I think there's something strange going on, and I think it is haunted. So
yeah.
Now, what do you think, Sarah?
Well, I'm not going to turn around now and say I don't think there is haunted. I think it's unanimous, isn't it? I think we're absolutely all agreed. It was a brilliant night, undoubtedly haunted.
My location that I'm bringing to the table is a bed and breakfast. Guests have reported seeing grey mist and also seeing the beds moving, as well as hearing footsteps outside of their rooms.
My location is a haunted workplace. Objects go missing and turn up in obscure places days later. There's the sound of a door opening and closing on the upper floor, and the reports of an apparition of a dog, and feelings of cold spots in various places in the building.
My location is a large mansion house dating back to 1865. There's many reports of hauntings, including ghostly shadows, footsteps heard and disembodied voices. There's also an apparition of a military gentleman which has been seen in the basement. This is a vast location which would be a privilege to investigate.
Well, we've all looked at the venues, we've all made our decisions, and the winner is